Hey y'all, hey, it is your girl, Coach Tuka. And listen, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling amazing. It is late though. All right. So I won't be before you long. There won't be any Baptist closes tonight. However, I couldn't go to bed. Yesterday I talked so much about my squad. Okay. The group of people that I keep around me that keep me on point when I just don't want to do it. Okay. The people who are willing to get on me when I'm not doing the things that I'm supposed to do, or when I need to pick me up, or I just need some encouragement. Honey, I'm going to keep a solid squad of people around me. So, I invited you, if you were on last night, I invited you to join my community. I do have a community called the Ready Set Habits Wellness Community. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can go ahead and hop on over there. It's a free community. Go to readysethabits.com. If you're on Instagram, all you have to do is comment the word ready, and I'll send you everything you need to get signed up. Today, I wanted to talk about, though, I'm going to teach a little lesson on how to pick a squad. So we're going to do some squad selection 101 is the name of this lesson today. All right. And the reason I want to talk about this because the people that you decide to literally do life with could make or break you in terms of whether you grow or whether you stay the same. So the people who are walking alongside you, who are in your corner, are either going to help you get better or they're going to suck the life out of you and you're going to stay where you are and you're never going to grow. All right. So I want to break it down how you can be wise about choosing who those people are, because just because you love people, just because you are related to them, just because you work with them, just because they were once your friend, it does not mean that they deserve the same amount of access to you. All right. So let me be clear before I say anything, because I don't want to get it twisted. We are supposed to love everybody. It's a commandment. It's literally what God commands us to do. So we're supposed to be loving and love everybody. All right. Uh, that's a commandment. However, it does not mean that you are available in the same way to everybody. We can literally take a cue from Jesus, who had an inner circle and 12 disciples, and then the rest of the world. All right. So not everybody deserves the same amount of access to you. And you have to be willing to do the work so that you can discern whether or not the people who you do life with every day are qualified to really be members of your success squad. So if you are watching this live, I want you to drop in the comments squad goals. All right. And if you're catching this on replay, then comment replay squad. All right. So before I tell you how to choose a squad, I want to tell you why this is important. First of all, life is difficult, just period. If you are any manner of adults with adult responsibilities, you are going to encounter days, weeks, seasons that are difficult. It's going to be hard enough to do it just because it's how life works. You don't need the extra weight of dragging people with you who don't support you and help you grow. I remember when I was early on my journey of losing, healing my body and losing weight. And I was trying to bring everybody with me. I was really excited. And because I'm a teacher by nature, if I learn, you learn, right? So if I get, you get. And so I was trying to bring everybody with me, and it was just so discouraging because not everybody wanted to come. So I went to one of my mentors and I told him, I said, listen, I'm so discouraged because I can't really get people to jump on this thing with me. I don't understand why. I'm just trying to help. And he reminded me, hey, listen, you never gonna make it to the spot yourself trying to drag everybody with you. All right. He told me to let it be. You do the work and get to the destination, and then you can go back and get them. And that's exactly what happened. So because we got things to accomplish and life requires us to be our best, we don't have the capacity to carry the strength to carry all of these people who are not adding value. So you can't have people around you that when you get off your game and forget who you are, that don't remind you of who you are. That when you're not doing the things you're supposed to do, don't call you on your stuff. I have a friend named Rochelle T. Parks, and she will text you literally the day after Thanksgiving and say, how much you weighing? You need people like that in your life. You do not need people around you who are secretly hating. All right. You need people that when you share what has gone well for you, they like, yes, girl, because they understand if you get blessed, the blessings aren't far from them. All right. So let's talk about who are the people that you need to keep close to you. These are the types of people that you want to have on your squad. You need to have like I'll say your encourager, right? The person who's always going to lift you up when you're down, like your own personal hype woman. You know what I'm saying? You know the friend that when you don't know if you can do it, they like, yes, girl, you got this. All right. She is gonna like text you in the middle of the day, like, I'm proud of you, you're doing well. She's not gonna let you give up. She's gonna remind you that you got this. You need to keep people around you that have like a healthy dose of positivity and optimism. But you know, when you need it, they're gonna keep it 100. So you need an encouraging person around you. I really want you to take time and think about in your circle of friends, who are these individuals? So who's that person who's always there like, yes, girl, you got it. I'm proud of you. It might not look like it's supposed to right now, but you got this. You got what it takes to do what you need to do. You need that person. So who's that person for you? If you don't have one, just go ahead and leave it blank because we need to get you one. All right. The next kind of person that you need to have in your circles is the person that's going to push you a little bit, like your challenger, right? This is the person that they know that you can be better than you're being sometimes, right? They know what you're capable of. So I think about my friend Rochelle. Yesterday, she's telling me like, Tookie, your legs are much stronger than you're behaving, okay? And you're behaving like a lady whose legs aren't as strong as they are because you used to be that person, right? So you need the person who's going to see and know what you're capable of, but they're also going to push you, even if I told y'all last night, even if it's uncomfortable. Everything about running the way I'm doing it now is uncomfortable, right? But you need the friend that said, hey, I thought you told me you wanted to be better. So why we making excuses? Why are we making excuses? I thought we said we wanted to be our best. Like they're not afraid to like challenge you, to push you a little bit, or like help you with the way you're thinking, or to hold you accountable. Some of us are so used to having people around us who won't check us, right? We like those sort of yes people, but you need somebody who's gonna say, no, 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 this is what you told. This is a promise you made to you. You didn't make it to me, you made it to you. You need somebody who say, no, this is what you said you wanted. I thought so you don't want it no more. So you need that person who's going to challenge you. I call it an accountability bestie, somebody who's going to check you. Okay. And the reason why a lot of us don't reach our goals is because can't nobody check us. Okay. And we don't check us either. So get you a friend who challenges you and who holds you accountable. You also need a person who is like the word says there's safety in wise counsel, right? So you need a person around you who is a wise decision maker, somebody maybe they're your mentor. They've overcome what you're trying to do, right? And they really can help you kind of navigate that thing without hitting the same obstacles and making the same mistakes that they made. So they give good advice. And it's not just what they feel, it's really based on what they have experienced. They have some level of wisdom, some experience of wisdom, and not just their opinion. So when you're stuck, they can kind of zoom out, lose the emotion about the thing, and see what they need to see so that they can help you. Because if you're a person who gets stuck in the details and you overthink, you need a person who can like zoom out and say, no, here's what we're going to do, and give you targeted advice. So who's the wise decision maker around you? You have to make sure you have a friend who's decisive, and not just decisive, but who's an excellent decision maker. So I have a friend like that who literally, I'm always going to, because she's going to want to know, did I take it to the Lord in prayer? So I'm always going to pray and frame up what God has given me, present it to her. And she has never failed me in the advice department. All right. Then you need a person who is your This your fun, your dreamer friend, right? The person who doesn't think small. They understand when you have big dreams, like they are your inspirational friend. So when God gives you a vision about something, they don't shoot it down and say, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that. They're the person that when you have an idea, they be like, girl, you think it's too small. Like it should be like 100,000 a month. You just trying to make 100,000 a year. What happened to 100,000 a month? So you need that inspirational friend around you, not the person who's gonna be like, girl, that's too much. It's probably not gonna happen. So it's a faithful, inspirational person who has trust and faith in your ability to achieve what you said you were gonna do, things that you didn't even think were possible. Okay. So I want you to think about these roles that I gave you: the dreamer, the dreamer, the counselor, the encourager, and your wise decision maker. And I want you to see, like, who are these people in your life today? If you got them, go ahead and tag them. Okay, tag them or drop their names in the chat. But if you don't, we need to talk about, let's talk about if we need to find them. And I have the perfect place, which is in the Ready Set Habits wellness community. All right. But if you look around and you realize, and it's going to be touchy, all right? Don't nobody get their feelings hurt. If you look around and you realize the people who are doing life with me, they do not possess any of these characteristics. I want to be clear when I say you don't have to cut them off, but everybody can't go where you're going, okay? So that's the first thing. Everybody can't go, and you might have to reposition them. So I'm not saying cut them out, but I am saying they can't be people that you interact with on a daily basis, okay? If they are not people who literally pour into you and they just stifle all of your dreams, you got to get rid of them. So here's some clues that those people are around you. These are the people you got to let go of. You got to say, you know what? Let's put some space between me and thee. Okay? Let's put a little bit of space between me and thee. So the first person that you want to put a little space between, and you can love them from a distance. You can love them and put a little space, all right? The first person is going to be the person who is always complaining. It's the person that no matter what you say, no matter what the subject of the conversation is, they just have this energy and this negativity that just brings you and everybody in proximity around. When you are excited about this is the person you cannot share your dreams with. When you get excited about what you're about to do, they're like, that sounds kind of hard. Or are you sure you can do it? Why are you even trying it? Like, not only does the fact that they are negative drain you of energy that you need to actually produce something, you can catch it. It's contagious. Like success is contagious, negativity is contagious. And so you have to put some space between yourself and this person. The next person is, okay, y'all know this. This is the person who sucks all the energy out of the room. This is the person, when you have come in contact with them, you do not feel better. Okay. You actually feel worse or more down. They kind of just suck the energy out the room. They're usually like a taker, like they take, and they don't offer anything in return. So they might be the kind of person who's always coming to you because they always have a problem or issue or they need advice. But when you need them, I don't know, they missing. You can't find them. They MIA, all right? That's the person that just sucks all the life out of you. You got to put some distance between me and thee. Okay. Say it with me. Distance between me and thee. Okay. With love. All of this is done with love. And so some of us have to wrap our heads around the fact that just because I say, you are not a part of my inner circle, and I'm not going to do life with you every single day, that it doesn't mean you don't love the person. God requires us to love everybody. All right. The next person that you got to put some distance between you or reposition in your life is going to be the person that's like the silent hater, the hater that they ain't gonna just hate on you. Okay, they smiling, but on the inside, they really hoping that you don't do better than them. Oh, those are the worst ones. Those are the people that are like, it must be nice when you tell them a win or something you've had, you accomplished something. Do you not have people in my life that, although I look like a completely different woman, they have never said, I'm proud of you for what you have done. That's really great what you have accomplished. They've never said it, right? And I imagine they probably holding their breath, waiting on me to not be down 80 pounds anymore, right? You cannot have people like this in close proximity to you. They can't have this level of access to you and your life and what you got going on every single day. So there has to be just a repositioning because you need people around you who really support you. All right. You need people around you. Seriously, when God start blessing people around me, it's a clear indication that I'm up next. Okay. It ain't I just gotta work on getting better because I'm up next. I love seeing a great six like somebody win and do something that is can only be attributed to God. So you need people around you who really genuinely support you. And when you don't have these people around you, it's really dangerous because it makes you start to, this is where you start to see the doubt of yourself. You start to second guess yourself and you don't have time for that, especially when you out here making, you need to be out here making moves. So you don't have time to be second guessing yourself, being timid, afraid to share. Don't you know when you get around people where you share your wins and they're excited for you, baby, that's like a battery in your back. So you need people around you who are happy when you win, who love to see you win. And guess what? They're winning too. All right. So the person that silently is like, it must be nice, you know, distance between me and thee. The next is the person who they fine with you. Okay. They ain't gonna be no problem as long as you don't change. All right. They ain't gonna be no problem in your life. They like it nice and comfy here. When you the same, when you the same as you were in high school, when you the same as you were in college, when you the same as you were before you got married, when you the same as you were before you had kids. Like they don't want to see you change because the minute you start growing and start setting boundaries, they start acting different and they start saying things to you like you different. They start saying things to you like you didn't change, like you supposed to stay the same. All right. So what the truth is the root of where this really comes from. So this is why you still need to be loving with them. They don't want you to outgrow them. And so when you start changing, it really exposes the changes they are not making and it makes them uncomfortable. So it's not necessarily that they want you to fail. They just don't want the discomfort that comes from seeing you do something that they have not even taken the opportunity to do for themselves. So tell me in the chat who in your life, which one of these you got in your life? Is it the person who likes to keep you in the same place that wants you comfortable, the one that silently hates on you, the person that sucks up all the energy in the room, or is it the person that's always complaining, full of negativity? All right, these are the people that you have to say, I'm just going to give us some space. Usually when we realize we have to make this shift and we have to reposition people, for some of us this can be difficult because we think that we have to go to them and have an uncomfortable conversation. Sometimes you don't even have to have a conversation when you reposition a person. You can just start to revoke some levels of access, all right? And life will take care of the rest, all right? So the last thing that I want to say, if you're out here and you are looking for a solid squad, the number one thing that you have to do is be solid. Okay. You are going to attract exactly what you are. And so if you want people to be supportive, guess what? You got to be supportive. If you want people that are goal oriented, that are winning, you got to be goal oriented and winning. If you want people who are positive, if you want people who think outside the box, if you want people who are optimistic, if you want people who are encouraging, you have to be those things. So if you are attracting haters, complainers, people who want you comfortable, I want you to look, shine, turn the little mirror around and ask yourself, are you being any of these things? So start to work on how you show up. And when you show up as that kind of person is attracted to you, right? So the first thing you could do to get some of these people in your life is you could join a community of people who are, I'm telling you, the worst thing that you could try to do is go and change everybody around you. Is that's exhausting. It's flat out exhausting to do it. To try to change everybody you know. So what you could do is join a community with people who have values or things that are important to you are also important to you. Like mine, okay? Ready, Set, Habits, Wellness Community. Again, if you are on Instagram, just come in Ready. I'll send you the link. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, go to readysethabits.com. All right. So after you join communities, now you still will be left with the people who are physically doing life right alongside you. So what you'll have to do there is you'll have to start to set some boundaries. We can talk about it one day, but boundaries, we look at boundaries in a negative way. A boundary just simply says, okay, this is where your stuff stops. Okay. This is as much responsibility as I have, and your things stop right here. Okay. So you have to start to set some boundaries. So for your complaining friend, it might be, listen, when you start that complaining, I'm going to have to go. Okay. So start to set boundaries. And when you do that, what you do is reteach how you reteach people how you now operate. So people are used to you operating in a particular way. You've been doing it, probably some of us, for a lifetime. So you've been operating a particular way since you've been high school, college, since you were a child, right? When you start to set the boundaries and you maintain them, people see, oh, she moved different now. And then they have the opportunity to make a decision if it's okay with them or if they would rather, terminate, leave the relationship. All right. And then the last thing I want you to do is to be open to having a mentor, a coach, somebody who can guide you. All right. And collaborate with you in all of your successes. So it's time. I want you to make 2025 the very last year that you settle for relationships that don't make you better. Is not that the people who are in your life don't make you better, but they are holding you back. You have got to be intentional about spending time with people who challenge you, who genuinely love you, who are happy for you when you win, who require you to be the best version of yourself. So I want to hear from you. Let me know what's one thing that you're going to promise, you're going to commit to do when it comes to creating a solid squad. Tell me in the comments. And the last thing is, you don't have to do this by yourself. You can join my Ready Set Habits wellness community, where we are focused every single day on building consistency, doing the, because it's one thing I had a conversation last week. I was telling somebody small wins are great. Okay. And change really does begin by making small little tweaks in what you're doing. But the small wins matter when you keep doing it every single day. All right. So if you have your small win today and you don't do it again and again and again and again, you're not going to win. So in the Ready Set Wellness, Ready Set Habits community, we are focused on being consistent. We're focused on being accountable, and we are focused on building on our wins every single day. But the best part is we get an opportunity to do it together, because you're not supposed to be out here doing life alone. Listen, I absolutely love you to life. And again, if you need a solid squad in your life, on Instagram, comment the word ready. On YouTube and Facebook, ReadySetHabits.com. I love you to life, and I will see you tomorrow.